Okay. All right. Yeah, let me pop the audio on live over top of the trippy music. So maybe I'll sing to the music. People are loving the music. Check. Someone's saying that I'm a little low. I don't think so. That's probably because of the music. Yeah. Mine's super blown out, but that's freaking Logitech camera for ya. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, it's funny. They could only hear your mic. That's funny. Okay, ready? Oh, yeah.
I got to get my recording going.
And also, I'm in here twice looking at myself. What's up, Scott? Okay, I'll cut it out. Where is this webcam? Remove you. Yes, are you sure you want it? Yes. Tickety test. I don't think I can hear you anymore.
I see.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Cool. So, can everybody else hear us? And if that's the case, I think we might be cooking with charcoal. Was that what you cook with?
Charcoal and pieces of hardwood. Yes. Not those pellets the Easy Bake Oven boys use.
Now we're cooking with pellets.
That's the saying.
That is the saying.
Oh, all right. Let's I guess we'll kick it off, eh? As people are watching and there's people in the chat room. So let's kick off the live stream portion first, and we'll talk with everybody, and then we'll do the official clap, and then we'll that's what we'll cut to for the recording. Does that sound good?
Yeah, hold on. Somebody's having some issues. Just hooking people up in the chat. Sorry, just hooking people up with some links here in the chat. If you, we'll give people a rundown too. Okay, cool. I'm ready to clap. Or is that what we're doing? Sorry.
Let's kick it off. We can cut it. We'll cut that part out for the actual podcast production version. Ready? So clap. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Welcome to Syntax. This is episode number 300. Can you believe it, Scott?
I can't. No, it's actually kind of ridiculous that it's been 300 episodes. I had no idea that it's been that many. Yeah. It
creeps up on you. Yeah, it's a lot. So today we've got a banger episode for you. We're doing a live show. So shout out to everybody who is currently on one of the 100 platforms that we are streaming to right now. And we will also obviously publish this out through the regular podcast feed. Let's talk about sponsors real quick, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of you coming on the show and asking us questions and whatnot. So today we're sponsored by two awesome companies. First one is Sentry, and the second one is Netlify. We'll talk about both of them partway through the episode.
Sick.
How you doing today, Scott?
I'm doing good. I did a little that little intro that you saw. We were laughing or before the show started because I was doing a little pre-streaming to make sure things were working okay and getting the video going. And Courtney showed up in the chat to absolutely roast me for drinking all the cold brew. So I drank all the cold brew and I put some hot water on for the tea to be ready, and it's just waiting for the cooking. Oh, Henry Helvetica in the chat. What's up, Henry?
Hey. All right, so we're gonna do a listener call-in show. This is the first time we've ever done it. We spent most of our week trying to figure out the how to technically do this. There was lots of different products out there. Even everyone was saying use Zoom because it has breakout rooms. But the problem is that if we're in the breakout room, we couldn't see who was in the other room. So finally, we settled on Scott's Discord, which I think the setup is working pretty well.
Yeah, it's really interesting what we're doing here. Actually, I think that might even qualify for a hasty because I'm using several audio routing softwares. We have a Discord room where we're going to be manually changing roles, and then I'm streaming my my desktop because it's a smoother stream than piping Discord or Zoom directly into OBS. It was way choppy for some reason. I don't know the details there. So we're just streaming my screen here, and it's working pretty well. And we're simulcasting on 4 different platforms, 2 YouTube channels, a Twitch channel, and syntax.fm. And I should say, before we get too crazy, that this is being streamed on a platform called Mux. And so I want to shout out Mux real quick. This is Mux at mux.com. This is not an advertisement, but this is where I host my videos personally. And they had a really neat streaming system that we're just basically piping in and then using HLS and a React player called React HLS player, and we're just pasting in basically the URL to the M3U8 whatever file, whatever that file extension is. We're passing that in to the React video player as if it was just a video, and voila, it just works. It's pretty amazing. Big fan of this. So I'm psyched to see that we can do live streaming so easily on our own platforms without relying on Twitch or whatever,
Pretty sweet. So today we've got you're going to call in, so join in the Discord if you are not. The links in all of the descriptions wherever you're watching. And the way it's going to work is we will bring you in, either video and audio or just audio if you only prefer to do that. And you can do one of 4 things, or you can do them all if you really want. We might cut you off if it's too long, though. You can ask us a potluck question. You can do a sick pick of your own. You can take a stumped question. So have Scott and I give you a interview question related to CSS or JavaScript or Node or something like that. Or you can do a shameless plug. So if you've got a project you're working on, you got a YouTube channel or a book or whatever you want to plug. We were talking to Scott. This is your show. You guys get to supply all the content for this show.
Very true. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I don't know. I'm very excited. And if there are technical difficulties, there very well may be. So just keep that in mind. This is our first time doing a call-in show. This is our first time, not our first time doing a Syntax Live, but our first time doing it this particular way. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, Wes. What do we want to get started with? I don't know. Do we want to bring somebody on right now, or do we want to talk about stuff? Do we want to?
No, let's do it. Let's bring somebody on. Let's bring Brad on. He was 3 hours. He was already in the chat and he had all his links ready. So he's raring to go.
Yeah, Brad did have his links ready. He posted all of his links in the thing. So let's bring Brad Garappy. I remember because he told us how to pronounce it once. He said therapy. It's Garappy. So let's bring Brad on. Brad, I'm gonna hook you up with a role right now. All right, let's see. Okay. Floor. Brad is on the floor. You can join the room. Okay, so this is the first one we're gonna see. There he is. Okay, Brad's popping in. Brad. Hey. Brad. Audio.
This is the part of the podcast.
Okay.
If you're watching it live, you don't get to hear it. Hey!
Yeah, exactly. This will be edited out.
It requires push to talk in this channel, at least for me.
Okay, I push to talk. I will. But
You got pushed. Oh, he's muted. Can you unmute him, Scott?
yeah, I'm doing it. Oh, I see. So the those of you who
There
want
we
to learn a little bit more about how the coffee's made or whatever it's called. What is that the saying? The meat? How the sausage
How
is
the
made?
sausage is made. Yeah.
Those of you who want to see how the coffee is made, the permission to make it so that you don't have to push to speak is called priority speaker, which doesn't necessarily ring push to speak to me, but that's just me.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for having me on. I get to break the ice, so that's nice.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And you've got experience with this
Appreciate
stuff. Brad has his own YouTube channel, his own content and stuff. So you seem like you've got this down to some degree.
Cool. Yeah. I'm brave enough to do 3 out of the 4. I'm gonna save face and skip on the stumped question.
Yes, if anybody would like,
Beautiful.
So if anybody would like to do a stumped question, we will be.
Yeah, we need someone who's going to do a stump question next.
Yeah, we should even.
They're
do
not that hard. Don't worry.
The domain game, that should have been one too.
Oh, the domain
yeah.
game. Oh, we can do it.
Yeah.
We can do a live again
Yeah.
because we're doing live at Reactathon in December. Maybe we should do domain game there.
Yeah, domain game.
All right. So what do you want to start with? A sick pick question?
Let's start with a question. Something interesting came up on my team at Adobe. We were kind of rushed to get out an alpha of a product, and this product included a GraphQL API, and we didn't have time to document it. And I said, well, hey, they have this awesome thing called GraphQL Playground that we can embed into the website. That's better than documentation.
Yeah.
But my backend team actually brought up some security concerns. They're like, we don't think that's safe due to the ability to introspect the GraphQL API. So my question to y'all is, are you aware of any security concerns around GraphQL introspection?
Yeah, because you were, or let's explain real quick what introspection is that when you enable this thing, it will give you it will give you a picture of what the entire API surface looks like. Every single query, every single input, every single type that is possibly in. And if somebody were to see this, like a developer, they can very easily see the entire surface area of the API. So that's what it is. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. So I do want to say, I think first and foremost that if you're using Apollo, which I don't know if you are, Apollo by default has introspection turned off in production. So that's the one key is that I personally turn off introspection in production. Same with Playground. I have Playground and introspection turned off, only just because I don't want people snooping around. But in the same regard, I guess I've always heard this being said as like, you shouldn't rely on security through obscurity. And that like somebody should be able to see your ends, and if your ends aren't secured, then that's like a bigger problem. I don't know. I turn off introspection myself again personally because I don't need it. I don't want it in production. But yeah, I don't know. There are concerns there, but again, I guess it's a matter of how well they're not necessarily endpoints, but how well the mutations are secured themselves.
Yeah, someone could figure it out if it was like if you put these GraphQL endpoints into production, if it's on an iOS app or if it's on a client side application, someone can figure out what all of them are. It's just like trying to piece together and reverse engineer API is much harder than actually just having all the documentation for the entire API.
Yeah.
So I turned it off as well, just because Apollo recommends that. But as long as it's secured properly, I don't know. I'm not a security expert, but
Aran in the chat says that they exposed Playground only behind a VPN.
That makes sense.
That's
I like
that's essentially what we wound up doing. Was we routed it through this service that required authentication that would then allow requests to pass back through to the API.
Interesting. Yeah, fascinating. Yeah, this is these are not necessarily problems I run into, considering I don't work at a company like Adobe. You know, that's like that's a way different fish than
kind of go together. I'm a fan of working out. I'm a fan of fitness, and a while back, a buddy of mine challenged me to do a bunch of Murph workouts. These are this CrossFit workout where you do like hundreds of push-ups and pull-ups and squats and stuff, and you're supposed to wear this weighted vest. And so I finally purchased that weighted vest, and it's awesome.
Sick.
So this is the 511 TAC Tech plate carrier. That thing is built like a tank. I love it. Fits like a glove.
I would love a weighted vest. There are so many times that I've put on ankle weights and I'm like, I wish you were a weighted vest. So I'm gonna have to take a look at this. Very cool.
Super comfortable too. You can do all your pull-ups and stuff in them and not feel like you're rubbing, on your chest or anything like that.
I hate when the weight belt around your waist and it's like pulling on your hips in a weird way when you're trying to do weighted pull-ups. So sick. I will take a look at this. And Brad, do you have anything to shamelessly plug?
I do. I actually built an application called Murphy that is specifically designed to time and track your CrossFit Murph workouts. It's really complex. It's like broken up into 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 squats. And it's really hard when you're like sweating and stuff to remember what count you're on. So I built this app. It's a PWA made with Svelte. And I released it to the Google Play Store. So if you search Murphy, Murphy on the Google Play Store, you can pick it up.
What's it? Say that once more. Murphy what?
Murphy.
Oh, okay. You were just spelling Murphy. I thought there was... Cool. I will check this out. So PWA on the App Store. How was that process?
It was confusing doing like the signing process, because like pwabuilder.com wants to sign it for you, Google App Store wants to sign it for you, and I got all the keys crossed the first time around, so I had to delete the whole thing and start over. But once you get past that hump, it's like really, really simple. And if anybody wants the app costs money on the App Store, but it's a PWA, so it lives online.
Cool. Yeah.
So you can go to murphy.bradgarappy.com and you can use it for free.
Cool. That sounds awesome. Well, sick, Brad. We'll get a link to that in the show notes and everything. And thanks for stopping by. And man, happy to have you here on the 300. I'm glad that you were the first guest, Brad, because Brad's been a long time chat member and he's been around. So happy to have you, Brad.
Thanks, y'all.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. See ya. Oh, thanks, y'all. That's so cool.
Okay, sick. Okay, so he just left on his own accord, which is great.
You should bring Brittany in next.
Yes, I am giving Brittany the role of live. Brittany!
That's a...
Yes.
Hey!
Oh, video. Hi.
Hey!
That's...
Hey.
Oh, video. That's always the last, like
video.
whenever like a client, you have an 8:30 meeting, you're like, oh, video. We put some pads on.
Yeah.
I gotta mute the other.
And Courtney was like, I have a video meeting in 5 minutes. I can't be on video. I was just like, oh, you don't have to be on video. Just do it audio. Just call it. That was very funny.
Yes, I love Discord.
Yes, Discord.
I'm a huge fan of both of you. I think both of you know that. I've spoken to both of you through Instagram and Twitter a little bit mainly because of where I live, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm
You're in
Holland,
Michigan?
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
Holland, Michigan.
Yeah. The tulips,
That-
right?
the-
They have tulips.
That my
that's what they're known
sister
for?
lived in Holland, Michigan for the longest time, and Scott lived in not far from Holland, Michigan for
Little
most of his life.
little far. The other side of
How
the
far?
state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other
Yeah,
side.
a
2
little
hours.
far.
And
It's
where
not
on
that
the
far.
mitten were you?
Me or Brittany?
Both of you.
am- So I'm gonna
Here,
have
here.
to hold the button to talk.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
Scott.
you don't know. She doesn't have to hold the button to talk.
Oh, I have it set in my
okay.
settings. Sorry.
No, okay, yes, that is very
You
smart of
fixed
you.
that.
I was,
Can't do the mitten.
and I don't know what. Either way, I wouldn't here-ish. Yeah, she's over here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Holland's there. Okay.
Yeah,
Here-ish.
Holland's on Lake Michigan.
Maybe more into this.
That's-
I'm trying. Yeah,
That's how people in Michigan tell where they live. They just show in their hand, which is great. I wish
Well,
Ontario
it
had
is.
some of that. Like
it's very true. And
right here.
one of my best
Like
friends
Ontario.
got a little dot tattooed where Ann Arbor is on his hand.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
he could just be like, "Yeah, this is where I'm from."
That is amazing.
Although he moved back to Michigan, so it's like now he's just like, "Yeah, I live in the same place."
I actually wore the Michigan colors today for you, Scott.
Yeah.
Just to throw that out
Oh.
there.
I thought that was Cobalt 2 colors.
Oh,
Yeah, it is
Sorry.
actually
Yes,
kinda
that
convenient.
too. It is the same as that.
Yeah, that your colors are the same as my alma mater. So thank you, Wes, for that.
I did on purpose. All right. What do you got for us today? What would you like to do?
I would love to shamelessly plug the ZTM Academy.
Ooh, what's that?
I started learning to code from Andre Nagoy a couple years ago on his Udemy courses, and this year they launched the ZTM Academy. I just led a responsive web design workshop a couple days ago,
Oh, cool.
and that should
Ooh.
be up on the website next week. And I have to say though that I would not be where I am without the two of you, because I learned CSS Grid from Wes's course, and it made me fall in love with responsive layouts. And then Scott, your CSS design systems course was incredible
Thank you so
for
much.
the
Wow.
learning how to use CSS variables. So I mean, both of you have been just extremely helpful to me. So I love both of you. It's great. But the ZTM Academy is great, and so I shamelessly plug that.
Sick.
And in Canada, it's the ZTM Academy. If
ZTM,
you need to
yes.
translate for anybody, no.
The other,
Canada, nobody in Canada actually says Z. I've all of my friends say Z. Even
do.
like my kids learned the alphabet in the class the other day, and I was like, "Say it to me," and I listened, and they say Z.
I know a couple people from Canada, and they have said Z before, and I'm like,
Really?
yeah.
Well, I say ZSH.
you do.
So maybe I just
Oh, yeah.
interchangeably use it. Yeah. ZSH is you say ZSH? Z shell?
I'm sure
A
there's
Z
a lot
shell,
of things.
yeah,
I'm
Z.
from the South originally, and I'm sure there's a lot of things I say that I'm like, why did I just say that? Like y'all. I stopped saying y'all for a long time because I didn't want to be.
Oh man, awesome. Any other ones you want to do, or just wanted to plug the ZTM Academy?
Yeah, I just wanted to get on and say how much of a fan I am. Your guys' dynamic from the beginning has been just amazing. So I wanted to say
Oh,
how
thanks.
much of a fan I am
Appreciate
and
that.
plug that, and because I've got my workshop coming on there, so super
Nice.
excited.
Yeah, and Brittany, I mean, because Brittany's been around the Level Up Discord for a long time, and she's always sharing her posts and all that stuff on Dev2 and everywhere. So I've been appreciating seeing all your stuff just over the course of time. So shout out to Brittany.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this, guys. This is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on, and thanks for helping us celebrate 300.
Yes.
This
see you.
is really convenient that everybody has like high quality microphone equipment too.
Oh, yeah. I do have a setup. Yeah. A little bit. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Thanks again.
Go
Guys.
Tiger!
Hello,
Scared
hello, hello.
Hey, yeah, we
Hello?
can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Mr.
Yeah, I can hear you
Stacker?
guys.
Hey.
I can hear you guys.
Hey, thanks for coming on. What do you have a name or just Code Stacker?
Yeah, no. My name's Jesse. Yeah, I've talked to Scott before, but I've never met US. So it's great to see you guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming on. So like, where are you from there?
Yeah,
Jesse?
so I'm in Texas. Yeah,
Yay! Wow,
All
two from
right.
Texas.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Two
Yep.
from Texas and
So-
Brittany's from the South. So we gotta get some Northerners on the show.
Can we get a
Up
Canadian
next.
on next?
Yeah. Yeah, so I know I really appreciate it. You guys are great. I'm fairly new to this industry of teaching online tutorials and stuff like that. So I have a YouTube channel, but you guys have been a great inspiration for me.
Well, thank you. You'll have to.
Oh,
you'll
thanks
have
a
to-
lot. I
you'll
appreciate
have to plug your channel. Would you like to do a stumped question or a?
I would.
Oh, okay, okay.
I will do a stumped question if I
Yeah.
can shamelessly plug my stuff.
Yes.
That is a good trade.
Do you want me to get it or you want to get it, Scott?
I was just about to get it, and then I typed in "stumped" into the Google search bar to let you know exactly how on my brain is today. What was the site? I can't find the site. 30-second interview questions.
Yeah, 30 seconds of interviews.org. I popped it in the Notion. These are
Yeah, I should have Notion open.
there's a lot of things that we have to have open right now. I've got 3 monitors and they are all full.
I have the Discord, I got the OBS and the YouTubes and all that stuff. Sorry, you can find it, Wes, because I can't find the link right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll grab one. I'm just looking through them right now.
Don't make it too hard.
We should have been prepared, is really what it comes down to.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a silly question. There was one on what are the advantages of the Node.js callback pattern? And I was like, none. It sucks. It's now that we have a sync await. Let's find one here. Are you a React dev?
Yeah. React,
Okay.
JavaScript, CSS, any kind of front end
All right.
stuff.
Okay, we've got a React question here that's marked as hard.
Oh boy.
What are portals in React?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, that's
Come
marked
on.
as hard.
I
It's just
think portals are a very niche used part of React.
I don't think so. It's just a pop-up, right?
So what do they
Basically.
do?
It's
Well, it's almost like a modal, right? So it's just puts a container up on top of another container, and you can actually access the root of React from it. So it doesn't. It's basically on its own, but it can be pulled into another container.
Yeah. It's your React application outside of your root element, right?
Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Allows you to insert
Yep.
into the DOM into an element, basically. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Awesome.
that was good.
That was good.
All right.
Awesome.
We'll let you plug your thing.
All right. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, no. So my YouTube channel is obviously Code Stacker with an R, and then also just released a new course, vscodehero.com.
Oh, cool.
So check that out. That would be great.
vscodehero.com.
Yeah, and just for syntax, if you put in the coupon code syntax, you'll get a discount.
Oh, look at you!
Oh,
Came
awesome.
prepared.
I
Man,
did.
that's good.
Props.
Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, this looks nice. I like the
Become
Thanks.
a VS
The
Code
shadows.
superhero.
Yeah, thanks.
cool.
It's all done with Gatsby and Tailwind.
Oh, all right, all
Ooh.
right. Can we
Even the animations too?
Animations are AOS, animate on scroll.
Cool.
Super simple.
I don't know if you're allowed to say the word tailwinds on this podcast anymore because their people always tweet at us whenever we say the word tailwind.
We're gonna get in trouble. Yeah. No, just joking around. But
Bleep that out.
Yeah, just joking.
Awesome. Cool. Well,
All right.
would you like to do any other, or are you done?
No, that's good. I appreciate it. Yeah, great show.
Thanks.
Let some other guys get in here.
Cool. Well,
Sweet. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, seriously, thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Who do we want next? Spence is 10. He tweeted that he's having a beer watching this. So let's have him on.
Beer. What is it's not beer o'clock here. I don't know where it's beer o'clock. Yeah, sorry for everybody. Get some downtime. Usually when we record, there isn't a ton of downtime, but we do get some Adam, cut this out.
Yeah.
Adam, cut this out. That's awesome.
a kid will come running in. Or the last podcast, I had my kid on my lap the entire podcast. You can hear him a little bit, which I thought was funny.
Yeah. In fact, it is very frequent that we have children either running around or fiddling with our knobs or just ruining the audio in general for me in my office. They just love twiddling the knobs on my compressor, and then it just we've been getting Adam has been sending us messages about the quality of our audio. So hopefully it hasn't been too bad. All right, Spence.
Is he joining?
Oh, and Henry Helvetica has got to hop on too. That'd
Yeah,
be great.
bring Henry in if Spence is not joining in.
I will let's see. I have given Henry the role. So Henry, you can join the audio room. Oh, Spence. We'll do Spence first.
Okay.
Because he says
We could
he's
do
here.
double.
Could we? We could hardly.
We should add that.
We might actually get both of them at the same time. At the same time. For those of you wondering, I do not know how to do popping. I do not know how to do that style of dance, just in case you're wondering.
Oh, pop and lock?
No, you can't say pop and lock, Wes. That's different dances.
Why not?
Because they're very different dances. Popping is the that kind of stuff. Well, this is waving, but popping, this is popping, and then locking is like very clown-like. It's hard to explain, but there's finger points, wrist rolls.
Oh,
This is the lock.
Finger points.
This is a lock, and this is a pop. They're very different.
All right. Oh, here's Henry.
Henry,
Yo, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Welcome.
Oh, somebody didn't give Spence the role. Sorry, that's why Spence couldn't.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can. Can you hear
Can
us?
you hear us? I don't know if you can hear us.
Yeah, but I don't know which mic.
Whoa. Oh, look at this. Why
I
can't I
have a
like that?
angle lens right here. I can pop on if we want to get some
Get wide.
Get
I have
wide.
a hard enough time pushing all the crap out of my field of view, let alone it being even wider.
Yeah, my set is very.
I don't
set
know
up.
what I'm hearing right now. There's echo. I got too many screens.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is like when people call into radio shows, turn off your radio.
Turn off your radio. That's actually kind of a cool effect.
Okay.
Syntax live.
You gotta turn off your live stream, folks, when you call into us.
Henry.
You're muted, Henry.
Henry.
Does he have to do push to talk again?
Nope, he doesn't.
No. Okay.
You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Issues.
Okay. Spence.
Okay, I think I have it now.
Oh, we got him.
Hey.
Okay, never mind. All right. How's it going?
Okay, I'm pretty good. Can you guys hear me now?
Gotcha.
I can. Yes.
Okay, cool. I was like completely confused. I was like, what is going on right now? I have too many screens and I didn't know which one was live, which one was lagging. I don't know. Anyways, how you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm all right, man. Just I had a pretty interesting morning. I just did a little Q&A with this new web dev class in London, England, and
wow.
I was just answering questions and stuff like that. So it was pretty interesting. But man, honestly, I'm glad to be with you guys because, as you know, I probably caught some of your early episodes. Like I think under like the first 20 or so, then I kind of fell off after that. So I have to apologize.
No. What do you apologize for nothing?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, but yeah, you know, I mean, like, I saw the announcement about the live show, and I was like, dude, I'm still here. Let me just log in and see what's going on.
Nice.
And here I am, and I think I'm your first Canadian.
Yeah, first
Yep.
Canadian.
Yeah, you're official. You're from Toronto, which we used to hang out in person when I was back living in Toronto. And I think actually the first time I met you was in New Orleans.
Yeah, dude, it was like that. What was it? Some
CSS
conference or
Dev
something like
Conf.
that. Yeah,
CSS
exactly.
Dev
You know,
That's the pencils are behind me.
and then I ended up just flying to NOLA to volunteer. So it's it was
Just-
kind of wild.
Just head on over to NOLA just to chill, you know, and volunteer. That sounds like quite the
That was
fun
fun.
trip.
That was
Yeah.
a good, really good conference.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. I met a bunch of folks there, and yourself, obviously, and then you know there were a few Canadians there too. Actually, I'll probably post a photo because I have this one photo of a bunch of us just hanging out. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So what's going on? What am I doing? I
Yeah.
think
Well,
I
tell us
would
about you're into performance. You run Jamstack Toronto. What do you want to talk to us about today?
So I really was going to plug a set of videos I'm about to drop next week about a particular sort of like event I put together. But roughly, yeah, I'm from Toronto. I'm freelance dev. I run a couple meetups, the Toronto Web Performance Meetup and the Jamstack Toronto Meetup, as you mentioned. I'm actually going to drop a link about that in the chat. So basically, two things I wanted to plug real quick. One is I think next month, yeah, I'm doing I always mispronounce it. Sorry, I'm French. Eleventi. I'm saying that wrong.
11D.
11. That's it. Sorry.
Or what's the acronym for it?
11. 11 TY.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hear so much about this, but I've never used it.
Yeah, it's really gaining a lot of momentum around. What I want to say is just for fun, I'm doing a meetup on November 11th, so 11/11, 11-minute lightning talks on 11D. So
That's fun.
yeah, it's something a little different. I'll leave a little link in the Slack in the Discord about it. But what I really wanted to talk about was I'm releasing a set of videos from a little sort of mini conference I put together last week. Oh no, last month. This month. The top of October is basically on images and image formats. You know, as you mentioned, I'm a bit of a performance fan, and the image conversation is one that I've always had in mind. And especially this week with, I guess, Next announcing that image component and all this sort of like tooling around performance and specifically performance monitoring, images have become a little important. So I have some videos coming next week about this conference I put together. So people talking about AVIF, which I'm sure you may have heard about, which is sort of like the new kid on the block in terms of image formats, supported right now in stable Chrome and behind a flag in Firefox, I believe.
So does that replace WebP then? Like that's another new image format, right?
So interestingly enough, WebP is actually 10 years old, but it's only really gained a bunch of momentum in the last 2 or 3 years. And WebP has been very important this year specifically because finally in Safari 14, so Big Sur and iOS 14 is you'll get WebP support. But this is basically on its 10th year. But what some consider now an old format at 10 years old because AVIF, I'm talking about WebP 2.0. Which is being worked on as we speak. One of the videos I talk about metrics like LCP and images, and what people may not realize that images, or at least your largest image on your page, will affect your score, your Lighthouse score, drastically because it'll take up about 25% of the score. So if you mess that up, you mess up your LH score as well. Pretty interesting set of videos. You know, I talk about WebP2, we talk about AVIF, we talk about obviously WebP, AVIF, and Squoosh. We talk about that as well because they have AVIF support. And we talk about this format called JPEG XL, which is sort of getting a little bit, it's getting a little bit of traction right now. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted so my Twitter handle, which is basically my handle on Discord right now, so Henri Helvetica, and yeah, I mean, it's just some pretty neat information I just want to discuss.
Nice.
I'm really glad that I found out you were French and we can call you Henri now.
You
I
absolutely
was always
can.
saying yes, sweet.
It's actually preferred, but you know, I guess
Really?
some
Okay.
people have problems with that R.
Not me. I took grade 10 French.
Hey, I didn't take French, but my my grandmother has a French maiden last name. So
Coming on, appreciate it.
Hey man, thank you. Thanks for sitting through these issues I was having because I didn't know what was going on for a
it's
second.
all good.
All right.
Thanks
All
for
right,
stopping
see ya.
by, Henry.
Oh man, thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, Spence is up next. Spence. All right, this is pretty smooth. We're getting it. We're getting it.
Spence Diamonds. You guys have Spence Diamonds where you are in the States, Scott?
Spence Diamonds? Spencer?
Yeah,
Oh, Henry, you're still here. You might have to leave. There we go. Hey!
Spence Diamonds. That should be his like developer name. It's like a big jewelry store here in Canada. Spence Diamonds.
Diamonds. I don't know
Is it?
if it is.
Oh, I hear Spence Diamonds. Spence Diamonds, you there?
That's actually a really sick nickname, though.
Yeah. That sounds like a MySpace crunk core like band name, like Spence Diamonds and the Wild Cats.
Wildcats? Is it Wildcats or Wildcats? Because I feel like those are different things.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Rules profile.
Scott, is it
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Spence.
Like, uh,
check your audio input.
oh,
Spence is gone. He'll be coming back.
Hey, he's back. Hey,
hello.
can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll
I'm
message
live.
him. Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
Hello.
Can you hear us now? Hey, I think it's working. This is every single Zoom call.
Check.
But YouTube muted. What do I need to do? I'm not disconnecting.
Discord
No
output.
suppression.
Discord audio settings.
Hmm?
If somebody wants to Hugh Honey, you want to hear that scream? I'll step away from the mic.
Yeah.
I can't hear anyone. Why can't I hear you? Or why
Okay,
can't I see
let's-
anything either?
Let's keep them in and bring somebody
Okay.
else in.
Does anybody would anybody else like to give it a try?
We got lots of people. Who in the chat wants to? Dave Kiss wanted to come on earlier.
So I've got voice activity on.
Jason,
Test video.
Jason Langsdorf's in the house.
Oh yeah,
Jason, you want to pop in, or are you cool?
whale fail.
Oh, Garrett wants to come in too.
Bring in a few.
And yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
boy. Hello.
Hey,
Turn on mic.
hey,
Hey. No. All right, bring somebody else
All
in.
right.
Bring Jason.
I'll bring Jason
or
because Jason's gonna.
whale fail.
Jason's a Discord pro, and we can work on Scott. Hey,
Yeah, he'll know.
I made it on.
hey, can you hear us?
Oh, okay. All right. No.
Oh boy.
All right, Scott, bring somebody.
I
Bring
did, I
Jason
did.
in. And okay.
Jason can now come on. All right, sorry, Scott.
All right. Jason,
Hello.
Hello.
how's it going?
It's going well. How are y'all?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Let me get my camera going.
Yeah,
here.
you got a fancy setup too.
Whoa, spooky.
Transfer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely doing the we aren't doing anything fun for Halloween, so we figured we'd dress up for all our Friday Zoom calls.
Sick. That's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
So how is that being affixed to your head? Is it a band?
It's like it's a little like a headband.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, that's
But
pretty sick.
these I actually have my ears pierced from back in my Rockstar days, and so
Oh,
these are just real earrings.
I had a tongue piercing for like 8 years, so I wonder if I could still shove something through my tongue and have like a spooky Halloween tongue.
I had a tongue piercing, and as a result, I have a lot of very expensive dental work.
Yes, me too. I
Oh.
know, dude.
It's not the first time.
My aunt-in-law was like, she was a nurse, and she was like, you need to take that thing out because you are going to really regret it later on in life when your dental bills are really high. And I was just like, oh, whatever. And then like, sure enough, I'm like, wish I wouldn't have had that thing in for so long.
For real.
It
Like,
sucks at the dentist. I will tell you that.
Mhm.
Yeah, because the little ball.
Well, every time you go in for a cleaning, you just get judgment. Like they're like, you had your tongue pierced, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bet you feel dumb now.
Yeah, but you feel dumb now. Wes, you don't know, basically there's like a ball on the underneath side of it, and it rubs against the gums on the down here and then your teeth, and it just, that stuff doesn't come back. It never comes back. So it sucks.
Sure does.
And it hurts really bad. Yeah,
Oh,
it definitely
boy.
hurts. Sucks big time.
So somebody on Twitter tagged you and told you to jump in here.
Yeah. I got tagged with a link to the YouTube. And told to come in. So I wasn't sure if somebody asked me, or it was like actually like, hey, Jason's coming or something. But
no, that was so what we're doing this is our 300 episode, and we are having people come on, and they either have to ask us a potluck question, they have to do a sick pick, you got to take a stumped question, so Scott or I will give you a question about JavaScript or CSS that you have to answer, or shamelessly plug something.
Stump me. Let's try. I never do these. Let's do it.
Scott, you pick one.
Okay, I have it open. Let me let's see.
I got one here, if not, but I got a good one for the next person.
If you got one, I don't have that little JavaScript bit you did to randomly select one. So,
all right. I'm just manually picking these ones, so it won't be too hard or too easy. The question is, this is a hard JavaScript question. What does use strict in quotes do, and what are some of the benefits of using it?
Oh my God.
I had this one myself, and I could only think of one thing.
Yeah.
I use strict. I don't know. I don't know if I know any of these. So I know that one of the things that people complain about in JavaScript is that it does inference of a lot of things. And if I remember correctly, use strict was a way to turn some of that inference off, or to make it stricter. And that helps avoid some kind of confusing errors. However, I have no idea if that is accurate or even close.
My answer would have been, it makes it more strict, because I don't think I've ever used use strict. I don't know why. I just haven't,
I know why. I know why neither of you have done this, and it's because you've probably writing modules for years now.
Right.
And right about the time that this rolled out, you probably moved to modules, so you never used it. But use strict is if you've got a JavaScript file or a script tag, and you type in use strict at the top of it, it will convert that the JavaScript. And some things, like you can create a variable without putting var in front of it, or you can have a global variable accidentally increase performance JavaScript forever. You shouldn't be allowed to do, which is the case if you write JavaScript in a module, but if you still are writing JavaScript in a .js file, and that's why often when you bundle your JavaScript, you'll see the first line says use strict. And this way, if you like create a variable without putting a var in front of it, it won't even run because you might accidentally be doing something that's bad.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that you could do that in JavaScript, like declare a variable without a keyword.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's funny. It's like this like obtuse thing to know about JavaScript.
I didn't know you could do that either. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, stumped.
I was completely stumped.
Well, yeah, stumped shows no mercy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. Have fun
Have a
with
good
the rest
one.
of the episode. Congratulations
Thanks.
on 300. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're gonna
All
try
right.
Spence Diamond again, and then
Spence Diamonds.
and then we can James Quick is in the house, and we can do some James. Garrett's in the house. We can do some Garrett. Anybody who wants to come down? Spence.
Spence.
Spence. He said he could hear us now, so
Can you hear me?
hey,
I can hear you guys.
Yes.
I have
I
to
can
do the
hear
space
you.
bar thing.
There we
What's going
go.
on? And
Hey.
my camera's not
Oh, he has-
working either.
He
Yo.
has to do the space bar.
Hey, it's all good.
To push to talk.
It's all good. You can hear us. We're good.
We can hear. We
This
can
isn't-
hear
I
that.
can hear you.
That's a nice accent of yours too, coming in nice and buttery smooth.
Ah, from the UK. Yes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This
Not
is like,
far.
yeah.
I've seen you around on the social media.
So yeah, pretty much Spence S10 everywhere. So yeah. Thank you guys, both of you. I mean, I think Wes, you're JavaScript 30 proper professional web developer. So thank you.
That's awesome to hear that. You're
I
welcome.
think there's a new toll that everyone's going to have to pay to come on the show, where they have to send us each a compliment at the beginning of their
Butter us up, yeah.
Wes
Brilliant.
needs some butter for his barbecue right now.
So yeah, I just wanted to come on and plug Hacktoberfest, which no one has spoken about so far. So we had, so I've been contributing to a repository called MDX Embed, which lets you embed third-party things into your MDX file. So not just Gatsby, but Next.js and anywhere where you can use MDX, you can use MDX embed. Just wrap it in the provider, and you can sort of embed tweets, YouTube videos. That's the main thing I use it for. But there's a ton of stuff in there, and this is a really good success story from Hacktoberfest. I'd just like to say there was like around 80 issues, and so Paul Scanlon, who is in his repository at the moment, he did a great job setting up an umbrella issue, and this was just for test coverage, so we could do a V1 release, and we've achieved it. We've got 98% test coverage, I think, now, and it was zero before. So thanks to this is just me saying thanks to everyone contributing throughout Hacktoberfest. So and thanks to Paul for the library as well. So it's been great. We've had tons of people come in and contribute, and it's been really active, and we did it. I mean, I think it was like 80 issues, and we just churned through them all, integration tests and end-to-end tests. So it's been great. So that's my plug.
Can we just talk about how awesome MDX is in general?
Oh boy,
yeah.
you know what? I love MDX. It is the best, and it just makes documenting stuff so much more fun. I tweeted the other day, I put a sarcasm component into my MDX just so I could wrap a bit of text in the sarcasm component, just so it goes like the SpongeBob up and down. I took
That's amazing.
I think I took it from Wes's proposal for the sarcasm proposal. Is what I used, basically just that, and then put it into a component, folded it into the MDX, and that's it. 10 minutes later, you've got a sarcasm component in your markdown. So it's great.
That's so good.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's
That's
such a
actually a really good
concept
use case
overall.
for learning. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And shout out to those of you who use Svelte. There is a MD Specs, which is a Svelte.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, equivalent.
You know what? I was
And
looking.
it's
So
very
that's
good.
cool.
I'll put it in the Discord. It's very, very good.
Brilliant. So that's me done. Thank you, guys. And I have listened, I wouldn't say to every 300, but I have listened to nearly all of the Syntax episodes. I listened to a lot of podcasts, and a lot more thanks to your recommendations, Scott. So .NET Diaries,
Oh, yeah.
What's Swindled, And there's just tons of stuff
all
now.
of the,
So
all of the crime based swindling podcasts. Yes, I'll swindle. It makes me very depressed.
Brilliant. Well, let's leave it on that note, I guess. But thank you, chaps, and
thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
No, thank you very much.
Glad you got your audio working. Happy to have you on, Scott.
Yeah, I can take my thumb off the spacebar now. Yay. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
James is gonna have another pro setup. Everybody has pro setups.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes,
can you
we
hear
can.
us?
Oh, sweet. I'm on. What's up with turn on camera?
Yeah.
And live. There it is.
Oh,
What's going on?
It's your
Look
chance
at those
to
lights.
go dance at the
Space Jam, the Supernatural poster.
Right.
I usually get a kick out of those.
Oh yeah. Man, your
What's
space
going on? It
looks
seems
great.
like it's going.
It's going.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It seems like it's going well. This is super cool.
It's very cool. We spent a significant amount of time trying to figure out the technical aspects of doing all this. We were like, okay, let's use breakout rooms and Zoom. And like, what the heck? We couldn't get it where we tried a lot of different stuff. This is definitely pretty eye-opening. And me personally, I learned how to do a countdown clock on OBS and
Nice.
a looping video with audio and stuff. It's all pretty good. Yeah, I'm finally getting that OBS kick going. I know, James, you're pretty comfortable on OBS.
I do it a lot. I actually streamed this morning, but I don't do anything too fancy. And I actually have. So you mentioned having the issue with recording the window with Zoom was choppy. I've had the exact same thing. So I do the same, grabbing the screen and then just clipping out the stuff that I need. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that on the internet somewhere and was like, oh, I'll give it a try. And yeah, I'm using the Streamlabs OBS for Mac.
That's what I use. Yeah.
It's pretty nice. There's all these plugins. I got that. I actually ashamedly paid money just so I could get the gold color.
And how much, so that we can shame you specifically for this? How much did you pay just for the gold thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a rounding error for Scott.
Yeah, with it. So I was like, well, if I'm gonna do live streaming, I don't want to have to figure out how to do all that stuff myself. I want to click button and get countdown clock and then change the value. So, yeah. James, do you want to do a shameless plug, a stumped question, a potluck question, or what's the other one? Sick pick. Oh yeah.
Sick.
Or
fair enough.
Whatever you want.
First, if you're cool with it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I am now teaching my second round of a boot camp, and I know Wes, you've done that in the past. This one is twice a week at nights. This one is on the podcast before, but just the idea of imposter syndrome, the idea of being really nervous to ask questions specifically, that's the easiest way for people to fall behind. So we bring this up advice on how to really keep people engaged and make them feel comfortable asking questions to make sure that as they start to maybe fall behind, that we kind of catch them pretty quick.
My answer is going to be for in person, because I spent a lot of time thinking about this, and because what would happen is you would teach something, and the question was to come up during that time, and then I made sure that we had 10-15 minute work on it yourself breaks, and then I had to master the walk around the classroom slowly, but not like a teacher who's trying to look at everyone's screens, and just saying hey, any questions over here, or really reading body language from certain people, and you just walk it up and be like, hey, everything looking okay, or whatever, or even just going up to somebody who had finished it, and you check it out, and then while you're sitting down, usually the person next to it would be like, actually, you know what, I have a quick question as well. So just trying to tease the questions out of people, and literally it's just being physically close enough to people where they're like, okay, now it's not a big deal. You know what? While you're here, come on over, and I have a question and whatnot. So that was my little trick, and I feel like I got that down pretty down pat, because I could stand in front of the class and say questions.
Yeah, right.
Nobody would say anything.
Start walking on it. Start walking around. So that's my advice there.
Cool. Yeah, it's a challenge being completely remote. So we have, and it's actually an interesting program. We start with 160 students. So it's just kind of a numbers game, really, of it's free. So we have a ton of people start. We're down probably to 130 or so now after a couple of weeks, and that's expected. So I do like a main lecture thing for everyone in Zoom, and then we break out into our TA groups, and then I kind of float around and try to help there. So it's a different thing trying to do it virtual versus actually being able to be there in person, read the body language. Like I try to see as many faces as I can, but you can only see so many in Zoom at a time.
Totally.
Cool. Do you want to? Oh, do you have? Yeah, Scott, go ahead.
No. Sorry, I my brain was somewhere else. It had left my body temporarily, and I just.
That sounds like a Halloween appropriate action to have, losing your body.
Yeah. Yes. Became a ghoulie and a ghost at the same time, and a zombie. Okay. Let's get a stumped question going here. Let me okay. Let me find a good one for you. Wes, do you have a good one?
Good one.
If you don't have
try an easy one.
Oh no, I'm not gonna give you an easy one.
I got yeah, you might not know this one. This one is easy. But this is something that I know a lot of people don't know because it's maybe not necessarily something they've used. What is the difference between the postfix I++ and prefix ++I increment operators?
Okay. So one will do, I'd have to like picture it in my head to actually explain which one. One will increment the value first before like you actually get to reference it, and the other one will like reference it first and then increment it. So if you do like if you console logged ++I, it would increment I and then log, versus if you I++, it would log I and then add the 1. I was waiting for some sort of reaction to see if I was even close.
I was like,
and then
what can I
got the cowbell. That's what. So apply
the worst cowbell.
There you go. Yeah. That I hope someone I'm gonna strip that out of the YouTube video later on and use that for like my promotional stuff. This is the highest reward I've ever gotten, is the pliers and the energy drink combo.
Oh, that's good. Well, good job. That's I remember that one biting me and I didn't know it, and then I very clearly remember having an off by one error with like something.
It's a tricky one, definitely. And it's not
that's why like a lot of ESLint will say just don't use those at all. Use the plus equals if you need to, because it can bite you if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
you almost never see, unless you really know what you're doing, you almost never see ++I. Like you almost always see I++. So to throw that in for someone that doesn't specifically know what it does would definitely throw them off.
I don't know if I use that much outside of like, I don't know if I use that ever anymore. Like,
yeah.
I
don't know that I
use the
I do
plus
at all.
equals. Yeah. I'm trying to think of when I would. I was thinking like loops. It's like written loop and
no,
some 19 tickety 2.
So you want to know my biggest pet peeve right now in teaching is we are starting from scratch. So we're learning for loops. And as I'm writing out all this stuff for several days before we learned about map, or like I showed them for each, I was having to type out these damn for loops like every single time. And it was like the bane of my existence. It's like, if I were to do it in VS Code, for example, I've got snippets, but now I need to actually explain what I'm doing. So it's like, it's the worst to type out an entire.
And you can't put a semicolon after the increment condition.
Yep.
No. Yeah.
That's funny.
My biggest thing is when Prettier stops working and I realize just how awful I am at formatting by default. I just start mashing the keyboard, and then when I click save and it doesn't fix itself, I'm like, what is going on here? This code looks terrible.
Well, and I look like not so great of a developer because I make lots of mistakes, because right now we're using a browser thing called Replit, which is not VS Code.
Yep.
And they see me make all sort of mistakes that I wouldn't usually make inside of VS Code. Wes, what was that?
The chat is like, why do you have pliers on your desk? And someone's like, Wes has a bunch of random motors on his desk. I'm like, I do.
That's true. Meanwhile, I have a bunch of random crackers, which is really crackers and cold brew is really my MO here. You know what else is something that is a really big problem of mine. When I really don't like it is when I have bugs and creepy crawlies in my code. And one thing that I do to get those out of there, James, do you know what it is when I have bugs in my code?
I missed who the sponsor was, so I don't want to guess at which one and then mess it up.
Okay. Well, that is very kind of you because it is Sentry. I'm talking about Sentry.io. This is a error and exception handling service that Wes and I have both used for a very long time that really gives us all sorts of really awesome information about our application at any given point. It's a totally essential piece of software in my mind if you are running any sort of application that people are using, because people have bugs, people have issues, and then you get to catalog them. And if you're in a team, you get to say, somebody else do this for me, and then you can have them fix it. Submit the issue, mark it as resolved, and then be shocked and horrified when it comes back. And it is a regression because that's just how life is, right? So head on over to Sentry at Sentry.io. Use the coupon code TastyTreat, all lowercase, all one word, and you will get rid of all those creepy crawlies in your... Here's what's going to happen. If you sign up for Sentry, those creepy crawlies, they're going to turn into gummy worms, and that's going to be a lot. And then I'm going to eat them because that's how the candy situation is going in my household right now. we were on a call with unrelated. We were on a call with my parents the other day, and they said something about the candy, and Courtney was like, "Well, I don't know if we're going to have any left because Scott ate a whole bag of the coffee candy." Shoot,
God.
Scott, you totally missed my softball I was trying to give you. I was drinking from the Netlify water bottle. And I thought you were going to do that.
Hey,
transition.
Wes, the sponsors are read in the order in which they're in the node document, or the node document, the Notion document. And I see
check your notes.
Yeah, check your notes, man. But no, I
my bad.
I couldn't see the Netlify logo on your water bottle. But thank you.
I saw it. I just didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was just like really proud of the water bottle.
I have a Sentry shirt too. I should like go full. What's that
swag
movie
out?
He's wearing all the Reebok. What's that movie with the Garth and
Wayne's World?
Scott. Wayne's World. Gonna go full Wayne's World on the on the swag. Cool.
For what it's worth, I was gonna guess Century. By the way. I just didn't quite hear the intro, so I didn't know. I didn't want to say it wrong. But
it was very fine of you, James. I think you did an excellent job. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? Do you want to shamelessly plug anything before?
Sure. Yeah. YouTube, James Q Quick, and recently put out an ebook actually called YouTube for Developers at YouTubefordevelopers.com. About how to get started, why people should, the benefits that come along with it, and really the benefits like for your career. And I just recorded a video this morning that is not live yet, but like the 5 things that I've learned doing YouTube videos and how it's influenced my career. So YouTubefordevelopers.com, and then just James Q Quick on YouTube.
Sick. Well,
sick pick.
Thanks for hopping on, James. Really appreciate it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been 300 without you. That's for sure.
Well, I feel pretty privileged that I got to be part of a transition for a sponsor. That was pretty special.
Yeah, right. You got to see how the coffee was made.
That's right.
Yeah, yes.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
See ya later, James.
See ya.
All right, we're gonna get Whale Phil on.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
How about I take a break too, and we just leave Whale Phil?
We'll just leave it. Well,
I need some water here. I'm getting a little parched.
Wait, why don't you just add a bunch of people to the stream and then we'll leave?
No, you go first. Whale Phil will come in, and
good
then
idea.
I'll go. You go, then I go. Okay, Whale Phil, you can hop in. Yeah.
And I got a mute.
Mute.
Got it. Got the mute.
Eggplant.
I am an eggplant. It's my Halloween costume because Discord hasn't implemented server-specific photos.
That's a pretty dope Halloween costume. My son is going as a dragon, and I'm trying to. Well, we're not going out but I'm trying to figure out what to be wearing around the house. I'm notoriously bad at Halloween costumes. I have all terrible costumes, and everyone would be like, "I have no idea what the hell you are." It's like, well, I'm wearing a Kangol and I'm wearing a vest, so I'm obviously LL Cool J. And just people.
Oh
are
my
like,
gosh.
I don't know about it.
I've been like the same Mario costume for the past like 4 years since I started university. So I'm with you on the terrible at costumes thing.
But you
Can't make up a new one.
You seem like you could rock a pretty mean Mario with that mustache.
I think I'm better left to getting a attachable, getting a stick on. I think.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think any princess in a castle would want this mustache saving them. So, yeah.
I'm gonna let Wes
All
take
right,
over
Scott,
for a
you run
second.
away.
I'm gonna get some tea.
Sounds good.
All right. Whale fail. Is that reference to Twitter going down?
Reference to Twitter going down.
Yeah.
No. Did it have something to do? No.
Yeah. That was us olden folk when Twitter used to go down like every day. Their 404 page had a fail whale on it, and when something would go down, you'd be like, "Oh, that service fail whaled or whale failed." That's what I thought it was in reference to.
My last name is McPhail, so just
seriously, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Austin.
Austin. Where are you from?
Saskatchewan, Regina.
Oh, a Canadian in the house.
Another Canadian.
My wife is from Yorkton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so not far away. I've been to Saskatchewan many times in the winter, which is absolutely freezing. But yeah, Saskatchewanians are an odd type. What do you call this that I'm wearing right now?
That is to me, because I find the word bunny hug embarrassing. When I say it to other people, I say hoodie.
Yeah.
But
they call it a bunny hug.
Yeah, there's billboards when you're driving that says our CEO calls it a bunny hug. That is the Connexus CTO.
Yeah, you have your own telephone company up there too, SaskTel.
Yeah, we got SaskTel. It's not bad. Actually, right now they have been making a bunch of noise outside my house or outside my apartment installing Infinet, which I'm very excited for because that is
their LTE.
The fiber lines.
Oh,
so
man.
I can
Not
finally
5G.
get some good speeds.
Oh, that's awesome.
What part of Saskatchewan
cool.
are you in? And what's your favorite hockey team?
I don't watch hockey.
What the heck?
No
Canadians who don't watch hockey. Where's Pat?
I'm not a sports guy. Actually, okay. One of my favorite teams, sports wise, I'll go with like a Canadian Overwatch League team from Vancouver.
Okay.
There we go.
What's the team's name?
That's allowed.
I don't remember.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You could just say you love the Detroit Lions because who doesn't love the Detroit?
There we go. I'll go with what he said.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, my cat's leaving. So I don't have a nice setup like everyone else, but I do have a massage chair. So.
Really? Wow. Okay, we'll trade all this for the massage chair.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah. Is that your normal chair?
Wait,
No, I got this from my dad not that long ago. They didn't need it at their condo, so they asked if I wanted it, and I could not say no to
Wait, is it a computer chair or it's just like one of those lazy boys at the mall?
This is just a lazy boy, yeah.
Sick.
I'm just in my living room.
Sick.
That's like dreams, man. Like my dream is to have one of those L-shaped couches that every single spot that you sit in is a lazy boy and it has like a cooler and cup holders. And my wife is like, never in your life will we buy that.
One time in high school, one of my friends, his dad had a company that invented the what's this thing? I always remember the name of this thing, but it's essentially a golf ball puzzle that you could print a logo on and sell. And he sold the company for like millions of dollars. And the first thing they did was build a theater in their basement. And the theater in their basement had like rows of massage chairs. And we always used to go over his house and send the massage. But it was just like the dude went from like one day being like normal everyday dude to the next day, massage chair theater. We were just like, All because
That's awesome.
the kind of money I hope to have one day is
all because
massage
of a
chair
golf
money.
ball puzzle, man. A golf ball puzzle. It had a really good name too. I forget what it was. It was the Bogey Buddy. Oh my gosh, the Bogey Buddy.
The Bogey Buddy. That's awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for us today? What do you want to talk to us about?
Okay, so I've always had problems with ESLint, Prettier, and VS Code working together.
Mm.
There's so many tutorials, I think, skip the step of where they've selected their extension, and they go right to npm install ESLint. Oh, Bob's your uncle. I hit save, and my code looks good. But I feel like there's a step missing there, because I've just npm installed ESLint, and stuff doesn't work. And then I realized, oh, VS Code has this autosave thing.
Plugin, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the process? I put on my headphones. I realized there's echoing here. Can you guys still hear me fine, by the way?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You went like Bluetooth quality for a sec, but we can still hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. I should hear.
That's okay.
Second. I'll check my audio.
So if you're listening at home and you switched
Here
for
we go.
you and you couldn't hear,
There we
the
go.
question is about VS Code and ESLint and Prettier playing nicely together, which I have a significant amount of problems with myself. I feel like, right? I
was just fixing it myself. So sorry, the question was like, how do you set it up, or like what's missing?
Yeah, like what's missing? Because it's like it's obviously not bibbidi bobbidi boop npmi ESLint and Prettier, and it all just works when you get your Prettier RC and your ESLint RC. You get all that extension set up, but it didn't suddenly we Airbnb in here.
Yeah.
No.
There's a VS Code setting, but I don't know which one it is because there's 3 extensions: VS Code ESLint, VS Code Prettier, and then VS Code Prettier ESLint. And I don't know which one to select as default formatter.
The way that I do it is I just keep installing and adding configs until it works, and then when it works, I just don't touch it. Wes, do you have anything more official than that? Brittany posted a really nice blog post that she did in the chat about getting it all set up. So maybe that might be a good help. Brittany might be.
I've spent a lot of time. I've spent a lot of time on this because it's so frustrating. It never freaking works. And I too, and I set off to.
I feel so validated.
Because there's so many, there's moving parts. There's Prettier.
There's a lot of moving parts.
ESLint. And then there is also 3 extensions in VS Code that could be installed. And then there also is a beautifier built into VS Code.
Yep.
And they can fight with each other. So personally, I use both ESLint and Prettier. A lot of people just use Prettier, but I like getting the feedback from ESLint, and I like getting the formatting from Prettier.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I do it is I use Prettier via an ESLint config. Yeah. Not every ESLint config will do that, but I together, so it's just one config at the end of the day. Then you need to not install any Prettier VS Code extension. You need to install the ESLint extension, and then you need to go into your settings, and this is all documented. I have just Google no sweat ESLint.
That's such a West blog title. That's
it's a YouTube video, and it's a README on GitHub, and it goes through all the VS Code. You got to turn off something. And this morning I was battling. I'm working on converting my config to TypeScript. And I have the Prettier comma dangle setting, and I have the ESLint no comma dangle setting, and they were fighting each other. So every other time I saved, it would go back and forth and put the.
I know that dance. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I've honestly spent days working on my config, and you don't have to use my config because you can just follow the settings and plug in your own, or you can extend it. But yeah, I feel you there. It's always frustratingly. And I've got it to a point now where I can get all my tutorial people up and running on it because the auto format is such a key thing when learning.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Scott was saying, it feels weird when he doesn't have the auto formatter, and it's when you actually have to like backspace stuff and add a semicolon or remove a semicolon.
It makes
if
me
you've
feel
gone that
so
direction.
weird about how I used to code, like without. I mean, I had ESLint, but even ESLint did auto formatting at some point, whatever. But like, man, before Prettier and ESLint together, side by side, kicking butt. I don't know what I did. Personally, I think my code just probably looked terrible, and now it doesn't. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I know this is probably running a little longer because you guys took your segmented break there.
No, it's okay.
Left me hanging. So I think I'm gonna skip the stumped and not risk myself embarrassing myself. But I do kind of want to plug something because I want to get some feedback on it.
Yeah.
Because thanks to you guys, I decided to go with Gatsby and Sanity for an artist blog site, artist blog / portfolio site. So let me know. I guess folks can go to Erica, ERICKKA, weird way to spell Erica, .art. And that's like my first kind of solo project that I've launched ever.
Sick.
And so just kind of want to get some feedback. Let me know.
Yeah, my network is being really slow. What's going on here? I'm only streaming and doing all this video stuff. Why isn't it going faster? ERIKKA.art.
There's a C before the 2 Ks.
Okay, well that is good for me. Hey, looks great. Yeah.
Cool. Nice job. I don't think you're using the Gatsby Sanity image component. No. So that would be.
I think I am.
Yeah, because Gatsby image, Sanity provides all the pieces you need for Gatsby image, and it will provide you multiple sizes and resizes and image formats. So that's probably somewhere to look, but it looks awesome. Nice job.
Great. Thanks, guys, and thanks for having me on.
Cool.
No
and thank you for answering this question. Hopefully this fixes my future woes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
All righty. Have a good one.
Well, thanks for popping on. Hi, Garrett.
Popping and locking.
All right. I know Garrett wanted to get on. I always call him. This is actually going to be really funny. You want on? I promised him he would get on soon. So. Oh, he had to go. Somebody had to go.
All right. Who wants on next?
Okay. That's peanut butter, and jelly. It's a song we sing to Landon.
Dave Kiss.
Dave.
Or Eric with a K. Tons of people want in. All right, are you grabbing someone, Scott?
I have added Dave Kiss. Dave. Sorry, I wish it auto let them know.
This is fun. There's like a little chat room going on YouTube, a huge chat room going on the Discord.
Oh yeah. And I'm trying to monitor them all at the same time.
I'm not looking at your YouTube. There's a bunch of people in there too?
Yes. Oh, you have people in yours as well. Yeah, that's what we get for simulcasting. All right,
Hello.
Dave.
We're here. You made it.
Hey! Whoa! Look at that setup.
Yeah, this is my work from home office. I need a little bit better chroma key going on. You know what I mean?
Oh my
that
gosh,
is a sick office. Look at some views.
That's insta worthy. Are you sure you're not a desk boy?
I'm not sure what that is.
That's definitely a West thing.
A desk boy is someone who posts a photo of their desk on Instagram every day. Oh man, that's the sickest office.
You know what the saddest thing about that is though, Wes, is that when I do that, when I post a photo of my desk every day on Instagram, I get way more people following me than when I don't.
It works. I do too.
It works.
I'm just joshing around.
Joshing.
My desk is covered in Sour Patch Kids wrappers and
yeah.
like old candles, so they probably wouldn't go too far.
Sour Patch are top tier Halloween candy for me, in my mind. I'm a gummy.
I agree.
I'm a sugary sweet gummy guy. That's definitely my go-to. Wes,
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, a pretty underrated. The chocolate
Peanut
gets all
butter
the love.
chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate does get all the
Yeah,
love.
peanut butter chocolate kind of guy.
You're
I'm not a big candy guy.
Yeah, so I'm not either, but like if there is a gummy worms in the house, I'm all over those gummy worms, that's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely for sure.
All right, check this out. I got a sick pick for y'all.
Love it.
You were
All right.
mentioning before about how you're using, I think, OBS for like the fancy middleware for your video to your stream, right?
Oh yeah.
I just came across this, not affiliated with it, called You ever hear of it?
No.
Check it out. Okay, so this is what I'm using to kind of compose this thing. So essentially what happens is you get like this keynote for your live stream. So you have the ability to put together slides or pipe in your video, and I could also co-pilot it if I want to throw another remote webcam here in the corner. And then as a background, I can change the room I'm in. I get these pointers to be able to like say, this is what I'm talking about over here. And then
Someone mentioned
I
this
can
in
share
the
my
Twitter
screen.
thread.
It's super dope.
Hard
I've been
to
using it
Google.
lately on some demo calls, and it's been pretty great.
I like their branding.
So-
Once I finally arrived here, yeah. Ooh.
I especially like that they're using grunge on their website, and I think it is the same grunge I use.
The paint splatter one. I remember.
Oh,
No, behind it is like a subtle.
Oh.
Is that grunge? Oh no, that's my monitor. Oh my gosh, my
I
monitor's
was
so
like,
dirty.
what are you talking about? I see some.
That's hilarious.
That your monitor is
Maybe
so crappy, or is it dirty?
It's
It's dirty?
Dirty because let me explain.
That's so much that you
So
think
this-
it has a grunge texture.
So you know why? Okay, two things. First of all, we just renoed our top room up here, and we just threw out the drywall out this window into the river. So no, I'm joking. We put it in a thing, and he's just still laughing.
I had to hit the deck, man. I couldn't. I had to hit the deck.
And then I got the BenQ light, and it
Oh, yeah.
shoots a sheet of light straight down.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how dusty that was, that I thought it was grunge. Wow. Anyways,
that's pretty bad.
Back to
If
Dave.
you just get like a spray and a towel, there's really not much to it.
yeah,
I got one.
actually
one of these right here.
got some
for
right
you,
here.
Wes, the
Yeah, I don't have a
microfiber.
towel though.
Yeah,
Can you send it over?
Oh my
Oh wait,
that'll do it. Just a quick
I
swipe.
do have one.
I
right.
think that's the
I got-
funniest thing in the world. Oh,
Here's a better room.
oh yeah.
I won't go too crazy,
Very appropriate.
but we gotta set the mood.
For those of you who are listening at home, there is a spooky house. And you can tell it's a spooky house because there's a sign that says "Keep Out" on the front, and the green, all of the green too.
Oh, it's a listening too. Oh, so all these like awkward pauses are gonna make. Oh no. Okay. Well, sick pick. Yeah, that's what I got in terms of sick pick. I truthfully, the stump thing, I was like down for it, and then I think I got virtually stumped from all the other questions as well. I couldn't get embarrassed, but I guess I'm down to try it.
Right.
Yeah, I think we
Let's,
should test your luck.
All right, roll the dice.
Okay.
Stuntmaster Wes in the house here.
Okay. This is a CSS question. What is the difference between the plus and the tilde sibling selectors in CSS?
Oh,
Tilda.
plus.
Tilde.
For those listening at home, I'm going to preface this answer with it's completely made up. So don't take it for granted. Don't take it for the truth. The plus is going to select the element that is right next to the element that you're targeting with the original selector. And the tilde is like a parent selector for the current element.
That would be neat.
How's that?
That would be neat. The second one would be cool if that existed.
No.
Yeah.
That close enough.
Close.
You got the first part
the first
right.
one's right. Yeah.
The plus
the
is the
adjacent.
The adjacent siblings. And the tilde selects the tilde selects all further siblings, and the plus selects just the exact next one, right?
Correct. Yes.
All right, that wasn't bad.
Yeah. No, you got the plus.
I'll sleep. I'll fall
A parent
asleep, all right.
selector
I won't
would be
think about it
very
too
cool
much.
to have. I would be very into having a parent selector.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get that. Like, there was some talk about like putting like an asterisk on the selected element, so you could say like this came out the other day. In Next.js released the image component, and if you put a class on the image, it puts the class on the image itself. But it wraps it in a couple divs because of responsiveness or whatever. And there's no way to select. There's no way to add a class currently. They'll add it, I'm sure. But I was like, yeah, it would be cool to have a parent selector in CSS.
There's some crazy thing that I'm doing as one of my selectors, and I don't know what it is. Maybe you can enlighten me to tell me how I'm doing this thing. But I thought it had some, like, I've never seen too much about this, but it was like equals tilde, maybe
equals,
or star equals.
No, or maybe the other way around. Let me see real quick. But essentially, to describe it before I can find it is, it's an element child of the top level class. I wanted to like look up the tree and say, hey, if the thing above me, like somewhere up there, has this class associated with it, or in fact, I'm using. Maybe I should just put this in the Discord, and you can tell me exactly what this looks like to you. Yeah. So this isn't a style component. Room, then
do it in the waiting room. You can do it in the waiting room without leaving this room, maybe, or when you sign off, you can do it. I'm not sure.
All right, here we go.
Boom. Oh yeah, Dave Kiss is typing.
Okay, check that out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that piece goes into a style component for part of the app that I'm working on, and something about that allows it to look up the tree and determine whether or not, in this case, what we have is like this data attribute, right? To determine whether or not that element up there has that data attribute. So what's going on there that I was like,
I have no idea.
I don't know. It must have been like super coffeed up, and I saw it, but it actually works somehow. I don't really understand it though.
The tilde is, I think it's like the star where it does like a partial match. So you could say anywhere where the title or attribute or class has the word LG in it. So it could be LG-5, LG-6. Anything that just starts with or has that LG in it will do it. The % selector, I think that is something styled components. I've not seen at the end of it. I've not seen the ampersand at the end of a selector like that. That's definitely not CSS, regular CSS. But because of style components, maybe it has the ability to traverse.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
I've never seen
selectors
that.
and go up. But usually the and is like and this thing plus the following selector.
Right. Yeah, that's how I've always used it, and I must have like, I don't know, like I said, stayed up late or had too much coffee, and you just get one of those zones where you just start coming up with, I don't know, something that came out one time, and I've never been able to actually figure out what it meant or why I wrote it, but it actually works. So I was pretty pumped about it.
Very weird.
Worth checking out.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing that. I'm gonna check that out and see what the heck is going on there.
Yeah, let me know. I'd love to follow up on that at some point.
I just found a blog post about it, and
Wes, your video's frozen. Is your video frozen for you?
Is it still frozen?
He's moving over here.
Oh, well, that's just me then. Which means it's frozen on the live stream. So.
Oh, the ampersand will allow you to have siblings of a styled component. That's actually handy. So let's say you are in a style component and you have like a list item style component, and then you have a next one beside it. The ampersand will allow you to select the next styled component, no matter how deep you are. which is that's really cool. So if you're 5 levels deep of selectors inside of one style component, you can still select the next top level styled component without having to go back up the tree and then into it. That's awesome. I didn't know that existed.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that existed either. Straight up. Well, that's definitely awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Wes is shaking his water bottle, letting me know that it is time to talk about hosting. Because if you get this, if you wanted to share this neat little bit of information that you just shared with us, what are you going to do? Well, the easiest way to do anything is to just pop up a quick little blog on Netlify. And it is a very quick. You can do it with any tech you want, including styled components and Gatsby and whatever you want. You can pop any, wham, it's up. And it takes care of all that continuous integration stuff that's so hard to set up. Who wants to fiddle with build pipelines when you can just get it for free with Netlify? So you're going to want to check out Netlify. They were more than just a front-end host, though. They have all sorts of additional things like functions, serverless functions, user accounts, contact forms, and all sorts of more things. So check it out at netlify.com/syntax, and you will see just all of the magic. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to come up with another slogan on the fly here. And see the magic's the only one I ever come up with. So,
did you see that they released background functions yesterday? So you can now run serverless functions asynchronously, meaning that like it doesn't have to be triggered by somebody hitting a URL, and it will run for up to 15 minutes.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. Someone was asking me about that on Instagram like 2 days ago. And I was like, you can't really do it. And then they released it.
You can't really do it. Oh, oopsies. Now you can.
Yeah, now you can. They rolled it out. So I also just realized we had Jason on the show.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Netlify.
He works there. So is that harming our editorial integrity, Scott?
No, because remember how much I talked about Netlify before they sponsored our show? Tons. So shout out to Netlify for being a longtime sponsor of ours, and thank you, Dave, for popping on. Your name is Dave, right? I've just assumed your name's Dave based on your username. So
it's Paulo. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's Dave. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for chat. I didn't want to break up your ad speak, but yeah, I don't know how to get off of here. I'm not a big Discord user.
No, that is very fine. And it's actually better that you were here for the ad read, because Discord, there's like a little phone with it's like
I got it now.
Other people that wanted to come on. Ed Moose.
Yeah, but I promised Garrett he could come on.
All right, bring him on. This is fun. We're going long, but I think the edited version will be much shorter because of all of the time in between.
Okay,
All right, bring him on.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Turn off your radio.
Your Twitch. Seriously. Turn on my camera. Turn off the radio.
Hey!
What's up?
Oh, yes, wizard
what
hat,
is this
wizard
spooky
hat.
costume?
Easily. I'm doing Halloween early. It's my favorite holiday, so I figured why wait till tomorrow?
That's how I live
He's
life.
a JavaScript wizard.
My favorite XYZ. Why wait till tomorrow? That's really dope. I'm happy you were able to come on. So this is going to be an embarrassing question because Garrett, it is Garrett, right? Or is it Garrett?
That's right.
Because I forever and ever, Garrett's been on the chat room for a very long time, and every time I read his username, I read it as Gareth, and I just sort of assumed your name was Gareth, and then one day I was like, I am so dumb. What am I thinking? Gareth? Who's named Gareth?
Yeah, no, you were right. It's TH. Yeah.
Oh, it's Garrett.
A tricky one.
Oh, okay. I was right then. Okay. Well,
yeah, I thought
You
so.
were saying it right earlier. Yeah.
Man. Okay. Well, that whole bit, just toss it. Gareth is our typing champion over here at the Level Up Tutorials Discord by a significant margin. We did a typing challenge test, and I think you beat me by like 100 words per minute or something outrageous. Yours was like untouchable. What was it, like 260 or something?
No. It was like 135 or something.
Oh, mine was like 60 and yours was like 135 or either way.
Yeah.
Everybody was like,
I don't know
well,
what
I could take.
developer I am, but I can type fast.
Well, I don't think you. I think you would take out West too. We had some stiff competition too, and you just about decimated everybody in the competition. I don't think anybody came close.
Yeah, it's because I took keyboarding class in I think it was 6th grade, and they were trying to make us do like the home keys and whatnot, the quote unquote proper way to type. And by that point, I've been on computers my whole life, so I had my own way, and I think I got a C in the class, so I have a vendetta against that teacher, and I've always been trying to type faster and faster ever since then.
You're the
one of those childhood grudges that never goes away.
Swapping all the keys to Dvorak or whatever. Is that the
alternative? One day I'll listen to that level.
I actually tried to do it once because I listened to a podcast where the guy who created WordPress was like, I have some like statistics that say like how much like for phone to Dvorak, and my computer was still the normal QWERTY, and it was very confusing for me for a very, very long time until I swapped it back.
Cool. Yeah. So I have a potluck question I wanted to ask y'all. Get some insight on this.
All right.
I've been working with React Native recently. I come from a web background, and I basically got transferred to a new project that's React Native, and I'm loving it. Like, React Native is super fun to work in. The skills transfer over pretty well. And so my question is, what do y'all think about the future of mobile development in terms of these hybrid platforms, React Native, Flutter, Xamarin? There's a bunch of them right now. I think Svelte has a native implementation versus traditional Android or iOS development, specifically aimed at new developers looking to get into mobile development. Would you say, learn React Native, learn React, or learn Android, learn iOS in terms of employability, that kind of thing?
I think, to me personally, it depends on like what you're looking to build, right? Because React Native, it by no means is React Native like lesser in terms of like the stuff you're able to make. But if you are a React or a Vue or a Svelte developer, there's absolutely no reason why you can't build like really good native apps with those tools. But in the same regard, if you're going to be building like, let's say if you're going to be, you could probably build games just fine. But let's say you wanted to build what's that? The Flappy Bird? Not Flappy Bird, because Flappy Bird's simple. The one where you pull the string and the bird flies and hits the pig fly, whatever. That
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds. Let's say you wanted to build Angry Birds. I don't think I'd go with React in that point. So for me personally, as a web developer, somebody who has these skills, I would use those skills to build the thing. I mean, we had what was the who created Missive on the show? Do you remember his name?
You mean Etienne?
Yeah, Etienne, who created Missive. Missive is Backbone and
CoffeeScript.
CoffeeScript and Cordova, and I use that app every single day, and I'm happy with it. So like, if you have these skills, you can make stuff that is like super legit. And so you mentioned the Svelte one, by the way. The Svelte one uses NativeScript, who actually sponsored our show at one point. And NativeScript is really interesting to me, but it works with like everything. And it's kind of crazy that it does. But I say unless you're looking to become an iOS dev like full time, I would just keep on with these tools. Or if there's like a specific point that you're hitting that's like, shoot, I can't go forward. But React Native is capable of so much. I'm sure there's somebody out there who has built a neat game with React Native and stuff. It is very, very capable.
Yeah, I think like it's worth your time digging into the React Native or whatever the equivalent is for Vue or whatever, just because like they are really good. And if you just look at like desktop apps, every desktop app that has come out in the last couple of years has all been built on web tech. Discord, Notion. I'm just looking at my URL bar. Yeah, Notion, yes. Discord, yes. Hyper, yes. They're all Electron based. So like, it's not to say you couldn't do that on the phone, especially as these phones start getting faster and faster and beefier, and that like hit that comes. It's not. I guess it's not even a hit with React Native, right? Because it does compile to native. It just the JavaScript just runs in a background thread. So
Well,
yeah.
so
So and like they literally did Angry Birds in HTML5 like 10 years ago. They did it in the browser.
Oh,
So there's
see,
not
okay.
to say that wouldn't run. Yeah.
Bad example then. Are you familiar with what's called Universal React, Wes?
No.
So there is a sort of like a native first approach to writing React where you write React using Expo. You write React Native using Expo, and then you get basically output to web. So the idea would be that you do get to write once, deploy everywhere.
Oh.
You just do it sort of the backwards
Like React
way.
Native Web.
Yeah, like React Native Web. Yeah,
Makes sense.
it makes sense.
Because then you're not like trying to shoehorn web into mobile. You're just creating this one layer, right? But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never used it. Maybe that would work. It probably would.
Expo is really sweet. I dig it. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, that's something I've run into with React Native is that some of the tools I love with web are not available. Cypress is a good example.
Yeah.
And so these kind of cross-platform things like React Native Web that lets you run React Native in the browser open up this whole new ecosystem of web tools. So I've been very pleased with how these two parallel React ecosystems are kind of merging, or they have a lot of crossover.
Yeah,
Great.
it's an interesting space, and even in like a lot of other languages, like I said, I'm learning Rust, and there's like some neat stuff going on there, and using whatever web tech with Rust to deploy. Like basically, they have somebody's working on basically Electron, where it's like a drop-in replacement for Electron, basically, with the exception of you're writing it in Rust rather than Node. And it feels exactly like Electron. It just uses just an infinitely less of your CPU. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on there. And web tech is, I don't know, web tech to me is, it's definitely one of those things that you can bet on for any given amount of time, and it's going to come through. I mean, what is it? Brad released an app in the App Store that's a PWA.
It's a recent thing, right? That Apple opened up the App Store to PWAs, I believe.
I think
like
only
past
Google.
couple months, maybe.
Oh, I don't know if Apple
Okay.
can. Google does with what they're calling TWAs. I don't really understand the difference, but.
Cool. So you're saying we should all learn Rust because WebAssembly is gonna replace JavaScript? Maybe next month or
Maybe
something.
any minute now. Any minute. Although it's pretty sick. When the more I learn about it, the more I find out about companies that are using it today, and like for the things that they're using it, I'm like, so it's actually being used in stuff for really expensive things, and for the most things that we need to do on day-to-day basis. Who cares? But you get something really expensive, not a bad idea.
Yeah, if you want to run Unreal Engine 4 in your browser or something.
Yes, right.
Probably can't do that with WebGL. You kind of got to reach for,
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Garrett. Anything else you want to shout out or?
Yeah. Got a sick pick I've been enjoying recently. It's a browser extension. They have Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Edge. It's called Dark Reader. It's at darkreader.org, and it's kind of like a universal dark mode. So for sites that don't have dark mode available, it kind of forces them to have a dark mode. And I found it really great. A lot of sites I visit a lot do not have a dark mode, and so suddenly they do. It's really great for accessibility, all that kind of thing. So I'll drop a link in the Discord. But yeah, if you're a dark mode aficionado like myself, I found this to be
likewise.
extremely cool.
I like it, and I'm going to use it. I'm already clicking the add extension
great.
button. Cool.
Yeah. And I would shamelessly plug not something of mine, but actually the Level Up Tutorials Discord is really cool. And if you're someone who's only in there to watch Syntax Live, stick around, hang out. We have a lot of fun.
We do have a lot of
super
fun.
Like, chill, especially during 2020 when we're all a little bit more isolated, perhaps, than we have been. It's been great.
Very true. Very, very true. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for shamelessly plugging our Discord.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, great talking. See ya.
All right. Should we do one more, Scott?
Yeah. Okay. One more.
Let's do one more, and then we'll bring everybody in.
We'll open
that might
it up.
be awful, but let's do it.
It's okay.
All right.
All right. One. Oh, let you type. I'm getting some major lag.
Yeah, you're lagging for me too.
The video?
Axel. He was the first. All right, Scott, I'm going to let you pick somebody. There's a lot of people that want it. We should do this more often.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Live. Axel's getting it because he typed the fastest. And oh, Lewis. I accidentally gave the role to Lewis. Okay, so Axel and Lewis can come on because I...
Two for
Axel and Lewis because I accidentally gave Lewis the role too.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. Axel and Lewis. Hey. All right, we got Lewis with the Mario. We got Axel with the A. Oh.
Hey.
Scott, Wes, how you guys doing?
Let's stop a second. Let's see that shirt you got on
Yeah,
there.
let's
98. That is awesome. Where did you get that?
I just thrifted it. I thrifted it. Yeah. Goodwill finds you.
Like a really sick blue like jacket that says Labatt Sailing on it that I found, and it's got the big sailboat, and it says like Labatt is like an old school Canadian beer company. And it's so cool. Like people ask me about it all the time when I'm out, so I love that kind of stuff.
Do you have any curling stones at your house, Wes? Is that part of
no. My friend up at her cottage, they do they fill bleach bottles with ice and then spray paint them, and then they have like curling on the lake with that. So cool.
I would do that. I would be very into that.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Curling. I've never been curling before. I mean, so I kind of feel like one of those people who wears like a band T-shirt that doesn't listen. Like you ask them what the favorite album, right? Favorite Led Zeppelin album, and it's like haven't listened to them type of stuff,
like
right?
Everybody's wearing Thrasher T-shirts right now.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Do you even skate?"
Yeah, I have a shirt with a griffin on it, and I've never ridden a griffin, so it's I think we're all okay with supporting things that we like griffins.
Cool. Are you from Winnipeg?
No, I'm from this place, Sarnia, in Ontario, actually, close to London, Ontario. So it's Canada.
Scott knows all about Sarnia.
I know.
Pardon me, sorry.
What, Wes?
You know about Sarnia?
Because I'm from Detroit area, so I've been to London and I've been to Windsor extensively. So that whole area, I think the furthest we ever got in that way was like Grand Bend, and that's not very far either. But all that area of Canada that's right around Michigan, that's definitely my area of Canada that I'm very familiar with.
I mean, it's not worth, like Sarnia is not worth stopping by, really. You know what I mean? Like if you're ever traveling, especially when you're going to Grand Bend. If you're going to Grand Bend, just like go around Sarnia, just go right to Grand Bend. Like that's way better than it is your accomplishment.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Oh, I really appreciate it.
We got Axel.
We also have Axel. Hi, Axel.
Ooh. Hi. How you doing?
Hey. Is that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you're frozen. Oh, there
Awesome.
you go. Where are you from?
Mexico.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
It's probably much warmer than up here.
It is actually. Yeah.
Oh, cool. What kind of dev are you?
I am mostly a front-end dev. I work with AngularJS right now for my project. But I like all things JavaScript.
Sick.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Sorry for
all right,
not talking about Angular very much on the show.
Yeah, no worries. I'm actually a little bit into Vue these days as well, so I'm learning it on the side.
Yeah.
You can keep updated.
That seems like a natural progression too. They seem like they are very compatible with each other.
Yeah, they're very similar.
I'm gonna.
All right.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. I just wanted to say, buttering you up. You're a big inspiration for me personally, and it's been great to follow you
in episode
and
66
see how
of
you've
Yam Stack
progressed
Radio.
and created all these quality stuff. I have a couple of courses from Wes, and it's been really, really great to learn from you. Thanks a lot for all you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really cool to hear. Do you got anything you want to do, a stumped or a sick pick or anything else?
I do kind of have a shout out and also a shameless self plug.
Yeah, do it.
Good. That's why we're here.
Awesome. Really cool. So the first shout out is we're having a JS Conf in Mexico. It's the JS Conf, same the one but the Mexico edition. So that's going to happen the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of November. It's obviously going to be remote. So you can go to jsconf.mx. You can watch the talks there. People like Sara Vieira is going to be there, as well as Tracy Lee from this.media and things like that. So there's a few really interesting talks in there. So you can check it out.
Sick.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
jsconf.mx,
awesome.
you said, right?
That's correct.
Cool.
Yep.
Sick.
And I have shameless self plug for the YouTube channel. I'm creating this. The idea is to have different playlists for different projects that we build, and it's kind of like a little bit of Egghead style, where you take just one topic at a time, short videos that should be real quick on it. And so we have something I think Scott will like, which is Meteor plus Vue.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'm really into Meteor as well. So
yeah.
Yeah, there's one playlist for that and one for building desktop applications with NWJS and Vue as well, and things like that. So you can check that out at youtube.com/Axel. Just it's my name, but it's spelled differently. It's ACKZELL.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sick. Well, thanks for popping on.
Thanks a lot for having
we
me.
should also say tickets to JSConf Mexico are only $10, so definitely hit that up. That sounds awesome. Well, thanks again. All right, Lewis, what do you got for us?
I actually have a potluck question for you guys.
Oh,
so
awesome.
So it's not technical. It's more so. So you guys are always so busy. You guys are amazing devs. So but you're also, you're learning new things. You are keeping up with your family. You guys have families, you guys got other things you're probably working on outside that you don't share online. Keep it up. You got so many things going on. So I was just wondering, like what your daily routine is like, and how do you decide to prioritize the projects that you guys think are worth working on?
I can go first because my daily routine is a complete mess right now. Especially although it's been getting a little bit better. Courtney and I. So Courtney, my wife, works full time. She's a psychologist, and she has a full time schedule on her plate. I have a full time schedule on my plate. So therefore, the agreement that we've come up to is that neither of us get full time, and she gets. I get the morning shift with the kids, so I get before lunch with the kids, and she gets after lunch with the kids, and then we just sort of swap, or we do that every single day. So for me, I have from noon to 5 every single day to work, and that really stinks for me, especially because I'm running a business. I have people working on level up tutorials. I have to, it's all about being really hard about scheduling everything. And more importantly, nowadays, it's about saying no to everything. I say that as somebody who just said yes to 3 different conference talks, one of which I just did for Meteor, and then I'm doing one for Apollo and then one for GraphQL. So I should be saying no to everything, and I, for the most part, say no to everything. Everything, because just about everything that's not my main objective kind of gets in the way right now. So for me, it's just been about really hard scheduling. And then not getting away from that schedule as much as possible. Today is kind of backwards because we're doing the live show. So Courtney's going to take the afternoon shift, but we're already, what time is it? 1:30 here in Denver. So she's possible, but at the end of the day, I have to do weekends, and I have to do nights, and I have to do whatever it takes. I take my computer to the gym, and when I and while writing PR for Twitter and email. So it's just about getting it all in when you can and scheduling as hard as possible for me. and then saying no.
8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep a night, though. At least at the end of it all.
Trying to, yeah. I pretty much close the computer at like. I pretty much close my computer at like 8 o'clock each night. That's not like 2, just because neither of us get the time. The kids have been waking us up in the middle of the night, those kind of things. So if we're not getting 8 hours of sleep, it's because of outside. The best thing.
Drop the kids off at school at like 8:20. I get back usually at my desk by about 9 o'clock. I'm pretty strict about trying to do 9 to 5 every day, Monday through Friday, and then no evenings, no weekends.
I'm going to interrupt you here because I sent a message yesterday that would have been at like 5:03, and it's just like complete silence. And then this morning he's just like, "Yeah, I don't work after 5." It's like, you are just so good about that. I would have got that message. Yeah. Man. I really applaud you for that.
I kind of have to.
Yeah.
I also don't have Slack on my phone either. So like if something happens, that's just, I don't see it. But like, I'm also a little bit flexible with that as well. Usually about 3 o'clock, my wife will say, "Hey, keep an ear out for Kit. She's got to go pick the kids up." So, sometimes he'll wake up and I'll have to take half an hour to go, be with him, but that's okay. That's just what the working looks like right now. Like Scott just shared what his looks like as well. My wife usually works on weekends. I take the kids on Saturday mornings. And then my wife just works at night and stuff, just trying to fit it in where it's possible. For me, it does seem like I have a lot going on. But usually I just focus on 2 to 3 or 4 projects at once. And that's for development. I usually have like a course that I'm working on with something like for example, I'm recording my advanced React course right now. And it's Friday afternoon. I got to wait until Monday because there's an update that's coming out with Keystone that comes out on Monday, and we're going to use that in the course. So I'm stalled on that, and I can switch over to something else like the podcast or working on one of my new courses that are coming up. Just like personally, we have a lot going on with our house right now. We are doing a bunch of renos to our house, and that involves painting and sanding and having trades in, and like we're doing a lot of the work ourselves as well. And what I try to do both for work as well as for house stuff is to have big goals. Like we've got 5 rooms in our house that we're working on right now, but you have to break it down into much smaller little things. Like every night I have maybe an hour and a half of time to work on the house, and that you can't just like, it's so overwhelming to look at some of these projects that take 30 hours. So you just got to chip away, where it's like, okay, tonight I'm going to patch this thing. I'm going to sand. For me, because I go, like I did something. Like my wife knows that when I'm grumpy, it's because I ended off by not getting something done, and I didn't have that win. And I feel like I wasted my whole day, especially like when I have a bug and I'm like deep into it. And then my wife texts me. She's like, "Hey, it's like 5:07 and you're not down yet." I'm like, this is killing me because I'm like so into it, but I can't. I have to break away from it. So trying to get those small wins is key for me.
Yeah. It's funny. I think both of us, we have like a bit of a weird thing where like, I think our schedules are very different in the middle of a course and at the end of a course than at when we're not doing a course. Like for me, my schedule is very much like on the month, right? Like the second and third week of the month second month is planning a course. So I'm just like writing a lot of code. The third month is recording a course. So I'm just like nonstop recording. And then the fourth is like editing and getting it ready. Like today I have to export like 20 some videos when we're done with this. So like, it's weird because my days look very different based on what day of the month it is specifically. But yeah, that's it's gonna feel like, I feel like we're gonna feel like we have superpowers once everybody gets their time back. That'll be really sweet.
Yeah, that's like one like good thing about having kids is that like I used to complain about how busy I was when I had homework, and like that's not to throw shade on anyone who doesn't have kids or isn't busy. Like everyone obviously has their own challenges in their life, and I certainly felt very overwhelmed when all I had was homework. But I'm really looking forward to life gets harder and harder every day. I'm very looking forward to that part where it gets a bit easier, and then all of a sudden you have these skills that you've learned in hard life, and you can apply that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I am very ready for that.
Good
right
question.
Now. Very ready.
Yes.
Nice. Well, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, 100%. Great answers as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for joining. Scott, do you want to unleash? Can you just add a whole bunch of people into the room, and
I can remove the permissions. So everybody who wants to just pop in, I will remove the permissions, and everybody should be able to come on. Hold on, give me 1 second. That's an original. Just made that up. All right. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That is sincerely amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Because there's a limit here. I wonder if we're gonna hit the limit.
Everyone, turn your cameras on. This is so cool.
Wow. Oh, Brittany, your daughter, what's up?
This is relatively calm.
Yeah, this is relatively calm. And there's
whoa, somebody's in an office. Trevor Burke.
Trevor.
An office. I've never seen one of those.
Hey! Thank you, everybody, for hopping on and celebrating our 300th episode. It's really sincerely amazing.
Yeah, this is really cool. We need to do some sort of like clap.
We have
should
to say
try
peace.
just all do a clap.
Oh,
yeah, we all
peace.
say peace.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Yeah, hold on. Let me Instagram this.
What? There's 26 people. How did we do that?
We broke it. It's off by one error.
Off by. Wow, that's very cool. Okay, I think that's all we're getting. Wes, did you gram it?
All right. I just took a picture. Hold on, let me do a gram, and then I'll let you folks go home. I'm holding up like 800.
Yes, right. Come on.
Wave, everybody. Awesome. All right. So we will end off by saying
last year,
and somebody's being super loud.
Who's loud?
Mute yourself.
Yeah. Who's loud? Promotions. I'm gonna boot somebody.
I think it's Karen.
Just if it was needed since we were growing so.
Hey.
There we go.
Okay.
Hello. All right. Ready? Everybody.
All right.
Hey,
Everyone
Kentucky
says
is awesome.
peace. We'll do 3, 2, 1. Peace. Ready? 3,
3,
2, 1.
Peace. Peace. Peace.
Awesome. Thanks,
Amazing.
everybody.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much.
Thank you. It was great.
Bye.